Hi guys, welcome back to the next video. So I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you like this one, give it a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you want to know more. So reading to your child, as we all know, is essential for your child's language development. It's one of the three vital things that we can do with our children every day to help them, and refer back to my last video on helping your child's language development if you want to know more about the other two. But reading to your child gives them a world to escape in. They get exposed to characters, worlds, settings, problems, new language, and all these things that we as parents can't always give them in real life. So reading books is just a magical way to do that. It also helps them set up a love for reading, which at the end of the day, that trumps everything. If your child loves to read, then your child's going to learn so much and their language is going to improve hugely. Reading stories also teaches them a lot of skills like resilience, problem solving, helps build their imagination, helps them be creative. There's so many skills that we can learn, not just in stories, but also reading non-fiction books, so factual books, factual information as well. Obviously we can learn so much from them. Today we're going to focus on stories, so fictional stories, so made up stories, and I suppose how to choose a good quality fictional story for your child. There's so many books out there that as parents, sometimes we don't always have the skills to be able to pick what is good. What's a good story to read to our child, and why is that story be considered a good quality story, or what we call rich literature? So why is that story better than another story? So there's about 3 or 4 things that I would look for when I'm choosing a good quality children's story. I'd probably start with, is the book eye-catching? So I haven't even looked at the words, so I'm just looking at the pictures. Does it have an eye-catching heading? Is the pictures something that's going to grab my attention? Can I look through the book and do what I call a walkthrough? So do the pictures tell a sequential story? So I've talked about walkthroughs with one of my previous videos when we talk about assisting our children with their readers. So have a quick look at that if you want to know more about that. But yeah, does the story make sense just from the pictures? And if it does, usually then you're going to want to know more. What do the words say? So having a look through that, then looking through the book, and who are the characters? Are the characters interesting? Can your child relate to the characters? Is there a character with someone, someone's name who your child knows? Does it have your favourite pets in it? Is it something that your child really interested in and will want to know more? Where does the book take place? Is it an interesting setting? Is it fun, fabulous? Is it a magical setting? Is it something that your child is, again, going to want to know more? Is it a place that your child's been to? So maybe they've been to that place and they can relate to that. So looking at the setting, what is considered maybe a good book for one child might not always be a good book for another child. So you've got to think about your child and how well you know your child and what would relate to your child or children. The next thing I would have a look at is the plot. So what's happening in the story? Is there a problem? Is there a problem your child can relate to? And is it easy to spot, or is it a bit higgledy-piggledy and doesn't quite make sense? And again, that would also affect the solution to the problem. Do the characters figure out the solution easily? So therefore, can your child follow along pretty easily? And the last thing I'd probably have a look at is there a lesson in the story? Is there something your child might learn from that story? Is there a values lesson? Or is there some way we treat people, a feelings lesson? Is there something that you can then talk to your child about afterwards? If you can have a discussion about the book afterwards with your child, then usually it's a pretty good book. Okay, so if it's something you can might ask them, what happened in the story? Who are the characters? I'm going to talk about that sort of thing in another video actually. So talking about making sure your child understands what they've read. So look out for the next video for that. But yeah, can you have a discussion about the book with your child? So those are sort of some of the, the 3 or 4 really important things that I would think about when I'm looking through a book to choose for my child. And another one that I would also have a think about, it's not essential, but I think it makes the book more fun, is rhyming words. Does this book have rhyming words? And can you identify the rhyming words? Because often that makes the book more interesting. And it also helps with your child's language development. If your child can rhyme, then they're going to go a long way to be able to identify more words. So looking at rhyming words. Dr. Seuss is probably my most obvious rhyming author. He does some great rhyming books. So looking at his books for rhyming, but there's hundreds out there. So what I will do is I will pop into the YouTube version of this. I'll put a list of 10 of my favorite authors. So good quality children's authors. And I'll also put a list of my favorite books. So 10 of my favorite good quality books to read to your children. So I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. I've got lots of information from it. And as I said, leave me your comments below. Let me know what you think. And we'll talk to you soon.